Hi, this is Paul with Picopros.com, and you're looking at the Acer K11 DLP LED projector that puts out 200 ANSI lumens at 858 by 600 resolution and retails for around $400 US. We did an unboxing video of this very recently, so you can take a look at that. We'll try to link it up in the article for this review. Today we're going to take a look at the menu when you use the projector, how it functions, as well as some video. And perhaps we might take a look at some font comparisons as we've done with some other projectors recently. So stay tuned for that. Right now I want to show you what the menu looks like. This is right now my laptop being projected by the K11. I have it in widescreen mode, and it's producing a 45 and 1/2 inch diagonal image from about 83 inches away. So it's under 2:1 throw ratio. You're probably looking at something like 1.8 or so. We'll get the final number there, but it's 45.5 inch diagonal in widescreen mode from 83 inches away. So the projector itself, again, you could go to the unboxing video. I'm just going to use the navigation buttons on the actual projector. You can navigate the volume with a couple of the arrow keys. I have the volume turned all the way up. By hitting the center menu button, you get this menu here where it goes into all different kinds of things. Bright mode, presentation mode, standard, video, picture, game, and user. I'm going to have it in bright mode so that we get the best performance out of it in terms of brightness, because that is probably the defining feature of this particular projector is the 200 lumen brightness. So if we go back into there, we have all different kinds of things if we wanted to tweak the brightness, contrast, color, temperature, and gamma. Also you have projection mode. You can flip it horizontally. Projection location, you can flip it vertically. So if you had this mounted on the ceiling upside down, that kind of thing. You can do aspect ratio. I have it in widescreen mode, 16:9. You can do full screen, auto, or 4:3. But I'm going to have it in widescreen mode. And then they have Keystone Correction. And then you can mess around with the keystone by messing around with the horizontal and vertical position of the thing. So you can, bottom line, oops, I hit the wrong button there, hold on. I hit the video source button. By hitting the video source button, you can cycle through the different inputs, be it the SD memory card, the VGA connection, composite video, that kind of thing. So again, if we go back into this, third thing for settings, you could customize where the menu shows up when you hit menu, that kind of thing. It really has a lot of customization. So there you go. Again, the audio, I have it turned all the way up. I guess you could put a timer on this thing to have it shut down automatically, which is kind of neat. And then different languages. As we saw in the unboxing video, the manual had a whole bunch of languages. So you can definitely customize this, the settings of this projector quite a bit. So here we are looking at my desktop, and what I'm going to do is actually play Saving Private Ryan, or part of it. This movie does have some gruesome scenes, so if you have children in the room, you may want to tell them to get out. But for our purposes, I thought it was a good representation of flesh tones and that kind of thing. So there you go. And again, this is with the speaker turned full up on the unit. You can hear the fan in the background. It is fairly loud, the fan. But the picture itself looks pretty darn nice. I mean, the colors are beautiful. It's obviously very bright, again at 200 ANSI lumens. Whites are very bright. And the contrast ratio is rated at 2000:1. Which is fairly standard for something of an LED based projector. 2001 is sort of standard for LED based. But here it looks very good. I mean, you do get the ghosting. When you do have a dark scene, you do see the rectangle of the projected image, even on the blacks. So you don't get true black if we're being very, if we're scrutinizing this to the nth degree. But for all intents and purposes, the contrast is pretty nice. Again, if you have children in the room, this upcoming scene is violent. If you haven't seen the movie. Although this is one of the best scenes of the movie. So what I would say is you're probably not going to generally use the built-in speaker on the unit. My laptop speaker is actually a little bit louder than this. So if you were going to watch a movie on the deck at night or something, or you're really going to want to probably hook this up to headphones or some other kind of auxiliary speakers. But the picture is very nice. And this movie doesn't have the most vibrant colors, so what does show us is really nice flesh tones. Maybe I'll fast forward through the movie and see if there's some brighter colors, because this scene is, darker colors, sort of muted greens and greens and grays, really. So here you go, here's the violent part. What I'm going to do is fast forward and actually maybe get to something a little more colorful. So again, you can see this is bright. Let me see what else we could find. There's some water. That's cool. I mean, again, the resolution on this is SVGA, so it's pretty nice. It's sort of standard. SVGA resolution is sort of in the middle of the road, I guess I would say. But for a unit of this size, the brightness is really what this unit is going for. And to date, this is the brightest projector we've reviewed on Picopros. Okay, and we'll just fast forward a little bit more, and I'm going to show you some font comparisons. There's some blood, and let's see what else. Get the city. I think at the end we get something a little brighter. So. There you go. Here's at the end of the movie. He's in the cemetery. So at least you get to see some real green grass or something. So there you go. The picture is beautiful on this thing. It's very, very bright. Actually, let me turn on some ambient light. This is going to be pretty bright, but you'll probably see that the projector still performs very well, even in fairly good ambient light. And in this room, this light's on all the way, and it's really bright. You can see the the contrast with the wall behind it. So all in all, this is a really nice projector. So I'm going to actually pause it here and take us to my font file. There we go. I'm going to turn down the lights so we get a good comparison. So again, this is mimicking or outputting from my laptop. And this is the same font file we've used in other reviews. So let's... There we go. Now what we've seen in the past is the LED-based or panel-based projectors. The fonts aren't quite as sharp as the laser-based ones, although the speckle on the laser ones do take away from the resolution that you see in person. So there you go. You can see Arial 10, 12, 14, 16 look pretty good. 10 might be a little fuzzy. And again, we're zooming in from, probably about 90 inches away. 2022, 4, 6, 8, 30. So you can actually see the pixelation of the Arial 30 font, which is inherent with the screen, the projection itself. So that's interesting. So let's go back here. And there you go. So I'm not really able to get in any closer, only because I'm behind the projector, and the projector needs to be 83 inches or whatever away to produce our full-size image. But you get an idea what the fonts are. They're pretty crisp. The whites are very bright, pop real nicely. Any discoloration that I'm seeing on the LCD of my movie camera here, or video camera, it's probably just an artifact of the camera and not the projection itself, because in person the whites look really nice, blues are deep, it looks real good. So I'm going to leave it there. I'll sign off now, and we'll follow up with an article with some more details on this. If you have any questions, please contact us, admin@picopros.com, or on Twitter @picopros, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Again, this is the Acer K11 projector, 200 ANSI lumens at 858 by 600 resolution. It's the brightest projector we've done to date, and we'll leave it there. Again, this is Paul with Picopros.com, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks.